Hello, hello, hello. There we go. Alright. Alright, here we are. Let's get our setup loaded. There's a tweak to be made. I think we're going to make the change. Go up to 4 front wing there. We're running a pretty low downforce setup to begin with. The rest of the setup is pretty average. I'm going to go through it now, just because I'm not going to be one of the first cars on the track.
Around 10 to 15 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes for rain. Are we going to have a wet race? No, dry race. Okay. But 10 to 15 minutes, that means we're going to have to get our qualifying runs in early. I will look at the setup real quick. Dial back a few bit. So I've moved on. We're running a fairly low downforce setup just because it is Spa, lots of long straights. Technical sector 2, but we should be able to carry enough speed and fun for that. Transmission-wise, pretty average, fairly open, off throttle to help with the hairpin at turn 1 and the bus stop chicane at the very end. Fairly even keel, slightly higher on the camber, slightly lower on the toe. That's pretty average for what we've been doing all season. Suspension-wise, it's an older track, fairly bumpy, so we're going to go ahead and run a 2-2 suspension. A little bit more aggressive on the front anti-roll bar. We really need to be able to pitch the car into corners a little bit harder than we normally would like to, just to get the nose in because we're running such low downforce. Usual brake pressure and front brake bias, about 58% is what we'll run. And tires, we're running a little bit higher pressure on the front to help with that straight line speed. And then we're going to go ahead and also run a little bit softer on the rear. But I guess it is time to get out on the track. Let's make sure we got the right tires on board. Let's get a lap time in here. So park permit regulations are on. Lots of opportunity around this track to accidentally extend track limits and get your lap invalidated. Coming over Eau Rouge, obviously, very famous track. One of the longest on the calendar, actually. Let's get that turned down so we're not burning up energy there. Nobody else coming out in the pit lane, and a tight pit exit. You got to do a literal hairpin. We'll get down the front here. We'll go through Eau Rouge. We'll see if he's on a flying lap. I believe he is. So we'll let him through, and then we've got, on the track, you got the Lecombe chicane there, down to the sloping downhill 180-degree right-hander, not a real hairpin of Rivage, then it literally No Name corner, this little left-hander, literally called No Name, the name is No Name. Then we've got this double left-hander at the bottom of the hill of Pouon, which is very fast. Looks like Toby has Giovinazzi'd it. Then we've got the campus chicane. A lot of chicanes that are big and high speed, not your traditional one. Now we've got kind of like Monza, where there's a double combination of right-handers. Lesmo out there. Stavelo's 1 and 2 here. And then we're down the back straight here, headed towards the left-handers of Blanchimont. Little quick one there, and then we are into the bus stop chicane to start the lap. Let's see if we can put up a good time here, get the nose around the bus stop chicane. Very bumpy, the car likes to understeer a lot through the bus stop chicane. Of course, got La Sauce, the first turn, which is going to be interesting on the start for sure, because it's a very short run into a very tight hairpin. Nemesis already on a 44.1. Early quick lap from him. Strategy-wise today, it's going to be a one-stopper for everybody. Whether it's, softs on the mediums or mediums on the softs. It just kind of depends on what you qualify on. But carried a little bit too much speed out of the Lecombe chicane there. It's not the cleanest lap I've done. But it'll bank us a time at least. Provided we don't go off here. Kuon is very easy to pick up the throttle a little too early and go wide on that double left-hander. Go on that outside curbing, it will invalidate your lap time. Well, rather, you go over that curve. You have lots of ground. Ooh, that's the first time I've ever seen a lap time invalidated for going wide there. Interesting. Okay, so that was just a little aggressive on that. Well, no need in doing another lap. Let's go ahead and get in. Let's get some new tires on because these ones are probably unhappy after that little trip through the gravel. And we are on short time with the rain allegedly incoming. It's a 10 to 15 minutes, so luckily it's going to be a dry race, but we don't want to. We want to make sure our times are all in before the rain arrives here in qualifying. All right, let's get some new tires on and go out again. Not a great start. Like I said, first time I've ever seen coming out of the campus chicane, you get a lap time invalidated. Oh, was not aware of that. Okay, let's back it in. Let's get some new fresh soft tires on there. I'm tempted to go out on mediums. Because it's been slightly faster to run a medium to soft strategy. Because the first like 5-7 laps, you're pretty much, just because of the weight of the car, pretty even with the soft tire runners. So you know what? Tough choices, tough choices. Do we risk it?
Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes' time. Rain in 10 minutes.
Let's see, what are the times looking like so far? I should be able to get in top 10 right now. Only what, 15 drivers on the grid today? I should be able to get into the top 10 on a set of mediums. You know what, let's go one more soft run.
We're top of the speed trap,
Quick out and in.
197.8 miles per hour. When you're ready, let's go.
We'll be cutting it close. We'll be cutting it real close. 10 minutes. It's going to be a close one. We'll see where we're at time-wise as we hit the end of our, close to the end of the flying lap. If it doesn't look like we're going to have enough time to come in and get a set of mediums on, we'll just throw away this soft lap and get on the mediums. I would like to get this soft lap in time, because I would really like to, you know, have a banker lap in for sure. And it's only a couple of seconds worth of time going for the alternate strat, but it does give us, you know, some flexibility. And I prefer starting on the harder compound, using the slipstream of all the traffic around us to keep pace up, and then when we're off in our own clear air, use the pace of the tires. So with a 1:45 long lap, gotta make sure we get there in time. Okay, let's get everything turned up. 8:45. We're gonna have to do a very fast in lap. The bus stop chicane is so bumpy, it's very hard to get the nose around on it. Oh, we're way wide there. We should still be able to go in the 45, low 45, even with a mistake like that. Okay. Clouds are incoming. Okay. when we hit the back straight, I'll ask Jeff what the weather report is looking like. Alright, here we go. 3 no name, fairly clean so far. Not insane pace, but enough to get us in a decent spot. Weather
We
report.
think we may see some rain. ETA is
Still
about
15 minutes off.
Dries
Okay.
seem like the best tire for now.
Okay, so we should have enough time. Be close. Yeah, low 45 there. Okay. .620. We should get back to the pit lane. About 4 minutes left. That'll be just enough time to get out for a run on those mediums.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining.
Yes, I'm aware, Jeff. I'm aware of the lap of fuel situation. Yeah, I think the mediums onto softs is going to be the preferable strategy. So I'd like to try, and I'm only going to have one chance. I'm going to have to be pretty on the money, but I believe I can do it. 45.4. It'll be close. It'll definitely have to be a very good lap. But I'd really like to start on those medium tires. And right now, it looks like I'm going to be in the top 10 on this time. Okay, into the pit lane we go. Let's see what we can make happen here. Okay, K3's happy with his time. He's retiring. All right. We got the lobby set together pretty quickly. Had some trouble with the mic setup. Didn't even give me time to really fiddle with it. Luckily, I was able to get just in time there. Okay, MJ Povey's happy with his time. He's retiring. 4:13. Okay, got time. Weather good.
The rain is a few laps out yet, but it is coming. Be careful.
Okay, where are we at? 45.4. Yeah, I don't see really any of those guys jumping me and pushing me out of the top 10. So, let's just double check. Medium tires are on. It hits about 3 minutes, we'll go out.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 45.4.
I just need to be pretty much perfect on these mediums. Okay, so rain's coming after. Somebody's driving out now. Give him a second. Oh no, somebody was pulling in. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the car fired up. Let's go for it. voice overlays off, so you shouldn't see that popping up in the bottom corner anymore. Alright. See if we can go any faster on these mediums. We should be able to. It wasn't a particularly great lap on those softs. I should be able to go to like 45 flat. I should be able to go 45.0 or like a 44.8 on the mediums. Just get a feel for how they're behaving. Turn the engine down to lean, cool it down a little bit. Because you do lose performance when that engine temperature gets high. So running in that max mix, it gives you some serious pace initially, but it will start to cool it down, or heat it up, and then you'll start to derate a bit. But on the flip side, we aren't able to burn as much fuel as I would like to do. Alright, let's get it cranked up. Let's go full speed into the bus stop here. Try and get practice on that. Okay, a little bit of wheel spin on the launch. Not great. A little better through La Sauce. About a tenth up. Let's carry it. Be clean through a Rouge Radion, not get that corner cut. Hug this corner nicely. Just gently let the car drift to the outside. Ooh. Cost me some time. Okay, almost 2/10 up at the moment. Terrible. I think we're going to be stuck on our softs, boys. Pretty sure we're going to run out of ERS. Unfortunate mistakes, unless we can really be mega through the bus stop here. Okay, we're improving. That's all I needed. Just needed an improvement. That's going to let me start on the medium tires. Perfect. Okay, okay. Alright. Ooh, Nemesis, big lap time of 43.6. That is massive. It is very quick. He has got a good chance. If he keeps it clean, I think he's got the pace to beat us all. Anybody else on a flyer? Looks like Racer coming through bus stop last time. Is he going to improve? He does, up to P3. Nice lap. I believe that's everybody. I think Felix is just getting himself pushed into the pits. Yep, Felix is just making his final stop. And that is going to be the end of qualifying. So on to the race. I just need to keep it relatively clean at the start. Alright. Oh, and the rain just arrived. Alright, well, P9. Not the best, but I think we have race pace to contend with some of these other guys. So we just need to be careful on the start. Make sure nothing bad happens there. But I think we are the only people starting on the... Well, at least we're the only people that qualify on the mediums, I would say. 11th and on is probably going to start on the mediums. Onslaught's on mediums as well. Yeah, let's see what we can make happen. Alright, deep breath. Get ready for the formation lap and then the start. Make sure we get everything heated up properly. And then you'll see when we get to the grid, you'll see just how short the run is into turn 1. But we need to make sure we...
Lots of cars on the grid today. Make sure you steer clear of any incidents going into turn 1.
Let's turn the engine fuel down. We don't need that much. 50 kilos should be good. Select strategy. 13 and 9. That'll do. That'll do. Let's get on the grid. Let's see if we can turn in a good race here. Deep breath. Beep. All right.
Launch map is good, but we need to learn the gears, so go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so put some energy into them and warm the tyres as well, please.
Alright. So front left is a little cold right now. Ride the brake for a second, get some temperature in that way. Now in the practice races I was running 3.3 on the wing. So I was giving up a little bit of that straight line speed. Gaining a little bit of straight line speed, but was having trouble through Sector 2, especially later in the stints, keeping the nose, planted to turn properly. So decided to give it. It was a very late change, like literally tested it about half hour before the race started. Very, very late change. And that's what we're going with. We've got tires pretty much up to temperature, good to go. A couple of tough braking zones. Obviously, when the brake temperatures get too cold, you lose braking efficiency. And some of those long straights gives you lots of time to cool those brakes down. So the heaviest braking zone, like into the bus stop chicane here at the end, you really get kind of an initial hit, and then the temperatures come up, and then you really start braking. And if you're not careful, without ABS, you have a very good chance of locking that up. But game is going to take over control here and steer us through the bus stop chicane for one more time. We're going to get ourselves lined up on the grid here. We're going to play it safe. Not going to go up the middle. Just going to hold our line. Try not to get pinched against the wall. Well, I gotta try and dive up anybody. They're gonna be getting out of the throttle
Keep an eye
pretty
on the
quick.
lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Okay, 5 red lights are up. Come on, watch that red arrow. I'm right here. Blend out, blend out. Okay, we're through. P9, holding position. House Fan Nick is behind us. Let's settle in. Ooh, wing damage.
Alright, let's focus now for the rest of the race.
Come on, Baku, give me a little room around the inside. Come on, Voki, you gotta give me some room. Come on, man. Come on, stop forcing me off the track. Give me some space, give me some space. Okay. So definitely a scary first lap there. Okay, let's get some clear air. Let's try not to get pushed off the track again. Once we hit the Kemmel straight, and we had a little bit of wheel banging, we'll check. No damage, we're clean there. Definitely cost us a lot of time, a lot of lap time there. Let's move the brake bias now.
Green flag.
Somebody died behind us. Alright. Start of race nerves are starting to go down, so settle in. We use a lot of extra fuel on that first lap, trying to just get clear of people down short chutes and that sort of thing. It's so weird. I've done so many practices using that bit of track limits and never getting a warning for it until now. Like, now I'm getting warnings for it. It's really surprising. But I mean, I'm just gonna have to drive around it. It's not a big deal. I'll just have to be a little bit more careful on my exits from campus there. We should be able to close up this gap in front of us. DRS is enabled. We're gonna go ahead and use a little bit extra
DRS is now enabled and will be available
deployment
to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the
to
DRS
try
zone.
and catch this group. And see if we
The
can't
car
pull
behind
away
is
from House
crumbling
Fan
back. We're seeing a gap form.
We just need to stay in touch with this lead battle here. We are on the medium, so we can, if we're close enough, inherit the lead. Right now we're in the pit window. Or not pit window, but you know what I mean. The time where if they pit, we will overtake them. Because he is just going through no name right now. tight battle. Looks like for third place, it looks like a lot of cars all grouped up. So if they're going to continue to fight, that's going to give us a good opportunity to kind of reel them in. Okay, more careful on the exit of the campus there. .4 back of K3M. He's our next on the list, so we gotta just keep closing up. We should have a little better straight line speed than him. He may be running a little more downforce, and that's going to compromise us in Sector 2. Let's see here. 2.4, so we lost a little ground there. Habs fan Nick is out of that DRS zone at the moment. Just need to keep the car nice and clean. I think if we can run this race without picking up the track like checking this penalty and are just picking up the warnings, we should be in a good spot for a decent haul of points. A little bit of a lock up there. I'm going to try not to pay attention to the intervals for a couple of laps here. See if I can cool these fronts a little bit and reel him in. For some reason it seems like the fronts are just taking a little extra beating right now. About on pace. That little bump coming into the braking zone of Stavolo is a dangerous one. It creates a little bit of a lockup from time to time. Turn up the engine a little bit. Let's use some of the speed. Ooh, AWD retired. What happened to him? Bummer. This early on in the race. Alarmingly, for the low-speed exits of the bus stop chicane and turn 1 here, you don't really burn too much rear tire like you do at Baku. There's really, I mean, most of the rest of the track is pretty high speed on its exits. So, see, NGP Racers behind us. He's on soft tire. He's had good pace overall, so I'd assume he's reeling us in. Really tough to nail that. Sector 2 has been the bane of my existence this entire weekend. Well, I guess this entire week, leading up to this race weekend. We've been pretty strong through Sectors 1 and 3, but Sector 2 is just... I've turned in some good times there, but I'm just not consistent through it. It's definitely a source of about a good half a second per lap fluctuation. If I'm not on it for all of Sector 2, then you're gonna lose a lot of that time. But here we are, 1.8 off of K3. I think we've fallen outside of the pit window of QX in front. Not be surprised.
P6, we're now running in P6. Green flag. You're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. Keep pushing.
That's unsurprising, Jeff. It's Racer who's been, fighting for top spots pretty consistently. Had a good scrap with him in the practice race. It's 2. One more and we're going to pick up 3
Okay, you're
second.
in the top 10.
Well, no crap, Jeff. I qualified in the top 10 and I've been in the top 10 since the start of the race. Quite aware of my top 10 status. I would assume that if somebody's got beat up tires right now,
Our data shows the tyres are okay right now. We anticipate good levels of grip for the next few laps at least.
somebody in front of me's got beat up tires. They may be coming in this lap. Looks like Toby's the Williams there and is running a little bit off the pace, holding up the McLaren. K3 was pretty deep there. That's going to put us in DRS range. I think he's got DRS,
Catching the car ahead.
so it's not going to be not necessarily going to be an easy pass on him. Okay, we've got DRS. Let's see. His wing flips open. Yeah, let's go ahead and save this ERS. Save this electrical. Now, if we're lucky, some of these guys will come in to the pit lane this lap and give us an opportunity to clear air run.
Safety car. No overtaking. Reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up. A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Do we do it? Oh, it's a tough choice. We'll see what the guys in front of us are doing. See, they're in window, though. No, we're going to stay out. This might end up biting me.
We're coming up to the safety car now. Do not pass it. You are the leader. Follow the safety car.
I think I just made a mistake. I think I just made a big mistake. I just don't know if the hards we're gonna have pace to keep with them. Okay, now, man. I just don't know that the hards were going to do it. I may have screwed myself. I had a terrible timing for that safety car. It was about the worst possible time for that safety car to come out. For me, at least. He's perfect for everybody that started on the softs.
Approaching the safety car. You're leading, so don't pass it. Stay behind the safety car.
Well, committed now.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Copy.
I made the wrong choice. Safety car is almost certainly coming in this lap too. It's so frustrating.
Okay, the safety car is coming in this lap. We'll be pacing the field in Sector 3. Make sure to respect the delta until the safety car is in the pit lane. Okay, clear.
Alright, let's see what we can make happen. Be clean, no mistakes.
We advise moving to Mix 2, fuel to Mix 2.
I've got a second.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
It's the worst possible time passing. Alright, well, head down, just gotta make something happen here.
Be aware we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
You're losing pace now.
Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online.
Need more mistakes. We're coming out 10th right now.
Okay, we need some energy harvesting. Reduce ERS deployment. We want to pit this lap, so push now.
Hobie should get racer on this one. Where are we coming out? Okay, we've made a position. Got 9th now.
this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalized if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach.
Alright, well, we'll see where we come out. See who we're racing. We're going to be on the faster tire for the last 8 laps. Okay, see what it is. Such
Release.
P9 behind fast 6.
Look after these tires now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
I'll be clear of Golly. Alright, let's start seeing if we can pick our way through the field here. Well, can't say it's not interesting.
Okay, the safety car is out. The safety car is out. We need to form up at a reduced pace. Keep a close eye on that delta time. Make sure to keep it positive.
That's so terrible. That is the
Drop your speed. Our
absolute
delta
worst.
is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Okay, well, it might not be the worst, but it's pretty bad. I could have used that last lap, because then I could have gotten into pit for the new tires. Oop. Okay, gain that position. Okay, well, it got interesting again. That bailed us out a little bit. So now we're going to get to save some of this tire life. Dude, don't pull up alongside me. Stay in line. Tire temp window up. Make sure we're staying heated. Gonna be another sprint to the finish. We're gonna have about 5 laps. Alright, well, as it goes, they're on old mediums, and I'm on fresh softs.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there is no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags. Green flag.
Alright, here we go.
Okay, the gap behind is 2.4 seconds.
I need some clean air.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix 2 soon.
Okay, he's a little slow out of there. He's fallen out of slipstream of the guy in front of him. We should have him. Let's get the engine turned up.
Okay, clear. Virtual safety car, virtual safety car. Reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace. Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
Alright, 4 laps to chase down this guy in front of us. The master of the dark arts. Outspin me. The Loki's coming up quick behind.
Reduce the ERS deployment, please. We need to charge the battery.
Did pretty solidly under VSC.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
Might be in trouble here. Okay, might be close enough. Oh, no. Not close enough. Okay, turn engine up. Okay, we're pretty clear. Let's turn it back down. We gotta save some energy here.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Loki's on an absolute warpath with his pace. He's on softs as well. Okay, PB in that sector. Turn down, let's recharge some energy so we can make the attack on Nick down the main straight.
The car behind is gaining on you by 0.5 a lap.
I'm not going to be close enough for the overtake. I lost the ground. Oh, that's going to be a penalty.
Awarded a
Fuck.
time penalty.
No.
Will go against our finishing time at the end of the race.
I was doing so well staying off the penalty board. Okay, gotta be close enough. Okay, this time we should be close enough.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Well inside DRS.
Green flag. This is your final lap of the race. The gap to the car ahead is 2.1 seconds.
.7, come on. Let's hope he's got 2 sets of penalties. Well, let's hope Voki's got some. Tell me I held it. Tell me I held it. It's 2 podiums. That's 2 podiums in a row. And this was even more of a war of attrition than Baku was. Only 11 finishers. We got 4 DNFs. Oh my God. Thought I was absolutely dead in the water with that safety car. But luckily, was able to get on the softs. Nobody has moved past us. We are clean in the 3rd position for our 2nd podium of the career, back-to-back podiums. We were missing a couple of drivers. It sucks that Denelson was out. Sucks that Boontek was out. Disappointing for sure. But I'll take it. I just got to get myself on the podium with that lucky number 13. MJ Povey taking the top spot. NGP Racer taking number 2, doing Ferrari proud after QX had his DNF. But that was yet another very stressful run. Very stressful. But it was fun. Thought I was absolutely toast. I got bailed out by the 2nd safety car for sure. And just had a great restart off the VSC. I pretty much almost nailed the VSC. And I'll take it, man. But take a look and see what the final penalties. Yeah, me and NGP both only had 3 seconds of penalties. If he had another 3, he was done for. But we ended up just edging Gali, just by about 8/10. But we are on the podium once again. I will absolutely take it. I'll absolutely take it. Oh man, that was a fun one. Well, we got Germany up next. That's a track I'm not particularly great. At, but we'll see what happens. Surviving has been key. Man, I literally picked up my penalty on like the second to last. But that is the end of that one. Another exciting run. But I will catch you guys next time. This one's going to be a little delayed getting out because I'm heading out of town for Father's Day to go see my dad. But I will get the edited ones done as soon as I return. But I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you for joining me, and peace.